Was today's exam, by the way? Hello.
Easy.
So we will be first discussing your doubts in today's paper, then we go to next lesson. Same lesson, we have to do osmotic pressure and we have to make some comments. This entire week, we will be doing solutions only. And after doing this, probably tomorrow and after, Thursday, we will be revising solid state and then solutions, make a review. I want to do tomorrow and after tomorrow solutions. And that is Tuesday. Sir?
You told you will revise all chapters from Hello
all chapters time may not be sufficient because okay, let us see. I want to revise, but I don't know what extent we can do. Let us see. Now today, what are your doubts first? I don't have copy of the question paper. You have to specify the question and ask the doubt. I'll check whether I have the copy.
Sir, in exam there were 3 questions from osmotic pressure also.
I don't know. What they have done is typist has taken leverage to choose questions unnecessarily, which I have not chosen. I don't know. That's what I said. I don't have your paper. I don't know. See, the problem is they give the paper, whatever I make questions available to them and they are randomly choosing questions instead of taking questions which I suggest. Let me see what are they. Just wait. Wait. I have somebody has sent me the question paper.
Question paper is there, sir.
Yeah, now I have kept it in notes, and now I am displaying you the question paper.
We'll solve all questions, sir.
Let us see. Time should permit. Okay. This is the paper you have, right?
Yes.
Yep. Which of the following aqueous solution is minimum freezing? Minimum freezing point means lowest freezing point, right? Minimum freezing point means the molecules will attract each other so strongly they don't want to go to vapor phase, right? Hello. Minimum freezing point, oh, directly they give. Minimum freezing point means that which has maximum concentration. You know, drop in freezing point is directly proportional to molality. And also it is directly proportional to number of particles it will give. Now I have taken 0.005 molal ethanol. Ethanol will not associate, forget the dirty road. 0.01 molal NaCl. Each NaCl can break to give 2 particles. So actually it will give 0.01 into 2, 0.02 molal ions. Now the last one is MgI2, 0.005 into 3 because MgI2 can give 3 ions. The fourth one is 0.005 into 2. So which has more particles, sir? Hello? Hello? Sir, more is the number of particles, more is the drop in freezing point.
Option A.
Option A. So anti is the best option. I repeat,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
colligative properties are the properties which depend on the number of particles of solute. The lowering of vapor pressure, elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, and osmotic pressure are colligative properties. Generally, colligative properties depend on the number of moles of solute. Further, sometimes the solute particle, if it is an electrolyte, it can dissociate or associate. Electrolyte is that which can conduct current by virtue of its ions. So electrolytes have a problem that they dissociate and increase the number of particles. If it is like glucose, urea, sucrose, etc., that would not dissociate. So the molality indicates the number of particles as it is. However, if it is something like NaCl, CaCl2, AlCl3, so on, the molality is not clearly indicating the number of particles. The molality into N gives me the number of particles. Where N is the number of ions it can give due to dissociation. Here NaCl can give Na plus Cl minus. So therefore, the number of particles appears to be 0.01 into 2. 0.02 molar. That is the maximum number of particles which has in all the given 4 options. So it shows maximum free corrugative property. That is lowest freezing point, great drop in freezing point. Option A, 51A. Are we very clear about it, sir? Hello.
Sir, once can you repeat again?
There are some properties of solutions which depend on the number of particles of salt I dissolve. See, if I take a liquid, it has vapor pressure. Vapor pressure is not a colligative property. But if I am dissolving salt in the water, the original vapor pressure undergoes a drop. The decrease in vapor pressure, how much the vapor pressure is dropping, depends on how many particles of salt I added. More is the number of particles of solute I added, greater is the drop in freezing point. So the decrease in the vapor pressure, the decrease in melting point, or the increase in boiling point, or the osmotic pressure, all these are created by particles of solute I dissolved in a solvent. There are 2 types of solutes: glucose, urea, sucrose, lactose, so on. These materials simply dissolve and keep quiet. Glucose, if you dissolve, it dissolves, makes the solution sweet, that's all. If I dissolve NaCl salt in water, the salt dissolves, but while dissolving, it will break down into Na plus and Cl minus ions. If I put one formula unit of NaCl, it will dissociate to give equal number of Na plus and equal number of Cl minus ions. So each formula unit will give me double the number of ions. So the particles number is more than I expected. More is the number of particles, greater is the drop in vapor pressure, greater is the depression freezing point, so on. Can you see it, sir? Hello?
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. Tell me.
Good afternoon.
Okay, sir. You said 4 to 5, no? Now you changed it. Okay. 4 to 5 is better, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm in a class, sir. Thank you. Right. Okay, sir. Sorry, our Ajit sir has called me. Okay. Sir, are we very clear about this idea?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Sir, water is boiling at 100 degrees centigrade. Pure water. At 100 degrees centigrade, vapor pressure of pure water will be equal to 1 atmosphere or 760 mm or 1.013 bar. Whenever any vapor pressure of any liquid is equal to the atmospheric pressure, because you are heating, then this is called its boiling point. But whenever I am dissolving urea, say 1 mole urea if I dissolve in a liter water, this 1 mole of urea particles will lower the vapor pressure. Even if I bring the temperature of 100 degrees centigrade, the water will not boil. It requires more heating. So the boiling point instead of 100 will become 100.52 degrees centigrade. This 0.52 degrees centigrade increased because I added 1 mole of urea in 1 kg of water. It means that the boiling point is increasing for every 1 mole of urea or glucose or sucrose I added. This increase in the boiling point caused for 1 mole in a kg solvent is called its elevation in boiling point constant Kb. For water Kb, for any 1 mole of solute appears to be 0.52 degrees centigrade. Suppose if I dissolve 10 moles of urea, then the boiling point will increase by 0.52 into 10. That is 5.2 degrees centigrade. Are we very clear about it? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Am I making sense or not?
Yes, sir. Making sense.
Making sense.
Sir, the problem is if I dissolve NaCl or CaCl2 or AlCl3, though I am dissolving 1 mole, the particles number will not be actually 1 mole. It is more than 1 mole because each NaCl will divide to give Na plus and Cl minus. So the number of moles of particles will be double. For AlCl3, if I dissolve 1 mole, number of particles will be 4 times because of its dissociation. So more is the number of particles it is giving due to dissociation. The number of particles increase will drastically affect the colligative property. So greatest elevation in boiling point can be observed for solution of same molality that is made with AlCl3 rather than for CaCl2, rather than for NaCl, rather than for urea. Say I take 1 molar urea, 1 molar NaCl, 1 molar CaCl2, 1 molar AlCl3. All are 1 molar only, but AlCl3 is giving maximum number of particles. So its elevation in boiling point will be highest. The drop or minimum freezing point it will record, and the vapor pressure of it will be least, and the osmotic pressure created by it will be highest. Are we clean on this? So the first question can be answered clearly with no doubt. Which of the following has minimum freezing point?
0.01
Compare
molar
the total number of particles, multiply with molarity, whichever is highest will have minimum freezing point, that has highest boiling point, that has lowest vapor pressure, that also has highest osmotic pressure. Going to question number 52, which one is a colligative property? What is a colligative property, sir?
All for colligative properties. No?
Sorry, sir. Elevation in boiling point is a colligative property, but boiling point is not a colligative property. Decrease in vapor pressure is a colligative property. Vapor pressure is not a
osmotic
colligative.
pressure is colligative property.
Drop in freezing point is a colligative property, but freezing point is not a colligative property. Osmotic pressure is definitely a colligative property. I explained this question in the class also, then you did not pay attention. I think so. I am saying any liquid can have boiling point, but the boiling point will be elevated because of solute. So elevation in boiling point is a colligative property. Change in the boiling point is a colligative property. Any liquid will have vapor pressure, but if I add solute, its vapor pressure will drop. This drop in vapor pressure, depression in freezing vapor pressure is a colligative property. Any liquid can, any solid can have, or any liquid can have freezing point, or any solid can have melting point. There is no cause path. But if I am adding a solute, freezing point will undergo depression. The depression freezing point is colligative property. Students should understand the difference between these. Are we very clean?
Yes, sir.
Hello. This question is like from periodic table. Which of the following is not a periodic property? Atomic weight, atomic number, electronic configuration, and density. Which is a colligative property?
Density.
Which is a periodic property means density. Atomic number means every element will have atomic number. That is not a periodic property. Atomic weight means everybody has atomic weight. That is not a periodic property. Right? Hello. Every element will have electronic configuration. Even that is not a colligate. I mean, what is that? A periodic property. Density, of course, smoothly it varies. Anything that varies smoothly and regularly is a periodic property. Ionization energy is a periodic property. Right? Electron gain enthalpy is a periodic property. Electronegativity is a periodic property. Anything that can possibly repeat the tendency is a periodic property. And if you are saying color, if you are saying smell, if you are saying taste, if you are saying the atomic weight, if you are saying atomic number, they are not periodic properties. Like which of the following is a colligative property? Osmotic pressure is colligative property. Elevation, boiling point, colligative property. Lowering of vapor pressure, colligative property. Depression, freezing point is a colligative property. Are we clear, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Which of the following salt will have the same value of Van-Hoff factor as the top? K4FeCl6. If I look at K4FeCl6, K4 will give 4 potassium ions. All the square bracket behaves like a single unit. So total K4FeCl6 will give 5 particles. Al2SO4 thrice can also give 5 particles on dissolution. Therefore, answer must be RT. Answer is not B because NaCl on dissociation gives only 2 particles. Answer is not C because AlNO3 taken thrice on complete dissociation gives 4 particles. Answer cannot be Na2SO4 because on complete dissociation Na2SO4 gives only 3 particles. Therefore, K4FeCl6 is a complex compound. A complex compound, whatever that is kept in square bracket behaves like 1 unit. Whatever that is kept outside the square bracket, counter ion. As many are there, as many will come out as ions. Total K4FeCl6 will give 5 ions per formula. Therefore, aluminum sulfate has same Van 't Hoff factor in a diluted solution. Are we clear on this, sir?
Yes, sir.
Van 't Hoff factor indicates number of particles after dissociation or association divided by the number of particles taken originally before. So which one of the following 0.1 molar aqua solution will have lowest freezing point? Same as
Al2SO4
previous
taken
question.
thrice.
It is same
Yes,
as first question. Which will have lowest freezing point, sir?
A.
Aluminum sulfate.
Yeah.
Aluminum.
Question number 55, all form ideal solutions except
Option
D.
D, sir.
D, sir.
only donkey. Because only in donkey, one is alkyl halide, the other one is alcohol, which are different. In all other cases, they are chemically similar. Benzene and toluene, chlorobenzene and bromobenzene, ethane and ethyl iodide. In fact, B is also a bad combination. In fact, they should take C2H6 and C3H8, or they should take C2H5A and C3H5A. But anyway, in this, D is clear-cut violation. B is also violation in one way. But anyway, answer is D. D is better option than B. What is the answer you have chosen, sir?
D, sir. D, sir. D.
Donkey is a better option. And I even this paper, I don't know. I have shown them the questions and they can choose anything. But I told them the syllabus. These fellows have not followed my instruction. Because the problem is, if I know question paper, the same paper, if I tell, there is no thrill in that.
This is
I
right.
suggest, I gave them 500 questions. You choose anyone you want. But don't go out of syllabus, I said. They have not bothered. Okay. An ideal solution is formed when its components. Yes, sir.
Delta
Have
V
both
mix,
above
delta H
characteristics.
mix should be 0.
Delta V equals to 0, delta H. Yes, sir. Option C.
Answer must be C, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But that question is not looking nice to me. Okay. Question number 57. According to Raoult's law, relative lowering of vapor pressure solution is equal to
Mole fraction of solute.
Mole fraction of
C,
solute.
sir.
answer is C. Right, sir?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Sir, vapor pressure depends on mole fraction of solvent. Lowering of vapor pressure depends on mole fraction of solute. Because solute drops the vapor pressure.
Yes, sir.
Question number 58, the relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to the ratio between the number of.
Same as 57.
Same thing, what is that? Because that fellow has not used intelligence to choose questions.
Yes,
57, 58 are same. Anyway, but these questions appeared in previous ITG. The beans are cooked earlier in pressure cooker because
B, sir. B.
Option B,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
boiling
Boiling
point
point is-
increases
Option A,
with
sir.
increase in pressure. Answer is A. In any pressure cooker, sir, never try to open a pressure cooker when it is hot. You will meet with a death because in pressure cooker, due to high pressure, the boiling point of water will not be 100, it will be 300 or so, very high. That much hot water vapor, if you open the pressure cooker when it is hot, can gush and can smash your face. And there is no treatment for that, mind you. Pressure cookers are very dangerous if they are handled improperly. And notice, whenever you buy a pressure cooker, you should see ISI mark. You can't buy pressure cooker from local market which is not having ISI mark. Dangerous. In pressure cooker, due to high pressure, water boils at very high temperature. At that high temperature, food will be cooked very rapidly. And unfortunately, rapidly cooked food is not good for health. See, nowadays people are getting variety of diseases because of our variety of habits. People are eating opposite foods, hot biryani, ice cold Coca-Cola, thumbs up. The biryani is fuming hot and your thumbs up is damn cool and both will go to stomach and the muscles will be under confusion that brings about metabolic disorders. I don't know. Even I am having these problems nowadays. So question number 58, what is the answer, sir? 59, what is the answer, sir? The beans are cooked earlier in pressure cooker because boiling point increase with increase in pressure. Are we clean? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Clean.
A solution containing component A and B follow rules of only when A-B
sir.
interaction force is equal to that of AA and BB is the answer. That is
Yes, sir.
answer C. Okay, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
61, the vapor pressure of two liquids PQ, 80, 60, the
Yes.
total vapor pressure of solution obtained by 3 moles of P, 2 moles of Q. Mole fraction of P is 3/5. Therefore, partial pressure of P is equal to 3/5 into 80. The partial pressure of Q is equal to 2/5 into 60. Their sum is 72. Answer is 72 torrs. Is that fine?
Yes, sir. A.
It is direct Raoult's law for a ideal solution. P solution is equal to P0 xia plus P0 xib. An aqueous solution is 1 molar in Ki, which change will cause the vapor pressure of the solution of increase. Say, Chichi, the sentence is very bad.
Water, sir.
By doing what you can increase the vapor pressure is the question.
D.
If you want to increase the vapor pressure, you should not add non-volatile solute. You can't add NaCl or anybody. A is wrong, B is wrong, C is wrong. Obviously, you have to add water. Or the other option is you can raise the temperature. To increase the vapor pressure, there are only 2 ways. First way is add water. Second way is heat. There is a third way. You know what is the third way? Hello. The third way is decrease the external pressure. You understand? Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
If you decrease the external pressure, then the liquid will tend to become vaporous. So question number 63, PA, PB are the vapor pressure of this is a formula we have derived in the class. Do
D,
you know
sir.
what is it? What is the answer, sir? Hello, sir.
D, sir.
These.
Answer is dung. You want me to derive again?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Thank you so much. Question number 64. At 100 degrees centigrade, the vapor pressure of solution of 6.5 grams of solute in 100 grams of water is 732. If the Kb is equal to 0.52, what is the boiling point of the solution? Should we do it, or you can see my YouTube video? There I have solved the same problem.
Yes,
Want
sir.
me to solve now? Hello?
Yes, sir. Now your audio is back.
You want me to
Yes.
explain again?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, at 100 degrees centigrade, vapor pressure of water, pure water is supposed to be equal to 1 atmosphere because that is its boiling point. So P0 water at 100 degrees centigrade is 760 mm. But because you dissolved 6.5 grams of solute in 100 grams of water, its vapor pressure became 732. So what is the vapor pressure of solution? 732. What is the vapor pressure of pure solvent? 760. Therefore, relative lowering of vapor pressure, 760 minus 732 by 760 is equal to what, sir? Hello? Hello?
Mole fraction of solute.
Mole fraction of solute. So, mole fraction of solute, let us write it out. Let me write it out, sir. Please see the data, 6.5 grams, 100 grams. Okay, sir, I'm taking 2 paper. 760 minus 732 by 760 is equal to mole fraction of solute. What is the mole fraction of solute, sir? Weight of solute by molecular weight of solute into, in the denominator I put only number of moles of solvent. Weight of solvent by molecular weight of solvent. Are we clean, sir? Hello, sir. 28 by 760 is equal to weight of solute is 6.5. I don't know its molecular weight. And 18 by 100. Can I find the molecular weight of solute, sir? Hello? Ladies and
Yes, sir.
gentlemen, I should use an idea that whenever they give me pure water at 100 degrees, Whenever they give me any pure liquid at its boiling point, its vapor pressure will be 1 atmosphere or 760 ml. Because I dissolved 6.5 grams of salt in it, its vapor pressure became 732. So this is the relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction solute. According to approximate Raoult's law, mole fraction solute is equal to number of moles of solute by number of moles of solvent. Why I wrote like that, sir?
Sir, because number of moles of solute is negligible.
Because in the denominator, I ignored the number of moles of solute as it is very small. If I go for approximate Raoult's law, then my life will become very simple. By using approximate Raoult's law, I got an expression. It implies what is M, sir? M is equal to M has gone there, 28 has come here, 760 has gone up. Are we clean on this, sir? Hello? Hello, sir?
1 minute.
Yes, sir.
So I got an expression for molecular weight, which is 6.5 by 28 into 760 into 18 by 100. So 68 by. This is the expression I got for molecular weight. Sir, they want to know what is the boiling point. First, I find the elevation boiling point. Elevation boiling point is equal to Kb into M. Do you know this formula, sir?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
In fact, it is IKb into M. If they have not specified what is the solute, I think it is a non-electrolyte. I take I as 1. Therefore, delta TB rise in the boiling point is equal to I is 1. I did not have to take. Kb is equal to how much, sir? 0.52. They gave me Kb value. Molal elevation boiling point.
Yes, sir.
Molality means weight of solute by molecular weight. Molecular weight of solute, I got an expression. I have not simplified, but I take it. So, weight of solute by molecular weight into 1000 by weight of solvent. What is the weight of solvent, sir? Are we very clean? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir. If I simplify, sir, 6.5 gets removed. And 18 will go in 1000 by 55.5 times, because that is almost always I am doing. 100 gets cancelled. Can we see it, sir, really? Hello? Hello? So if I multiply this point psi to 28, 55.5. Divide with 760. Surprisingly, answer is how much, sir?
101.
1. You can use your calculators. Therefore, elevation boiling point is 1. Normal boiling point of water is 100. Delta TB is 1. So boiling point of solution will be 101. I tell you one beautiful shortcut without doing anything. Can I tell you shortcut, sir? Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Are you ready, sir?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Sir, the
Yes, sir.
molecular weight of the solute you can roughly see is equal to how much? Can you see it, sir?
Yes, sir.
Hello? So how many times it will cut? Hello, sir. What is the answer like? You can use calculator if you want. Tell me what is the molecular weight? Hello? You are not working, you can use your calculator and you can see what is the molecular weight here. Very quickly, I have a shortcut to tell. Without using pen or paper, you can see the answer.
$31.75.
Answer is, have you taken 6.5? Have you taken 28? Have you taken original values?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Answer is closely, say 32. Okay, sir. If I know molecular weight is 32, in 100 grams, how much I dissolved, sir? Hello? 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 100 grams, what is the weight of solute I dissolved?
6.5.
Sir, in 1000 grams, how much I will dissolve?
65.
So if I am dissolving 65 grams means how many moles I am dissolving? 32 is 1 mole. 65 grams means how many moles?
Almost
2
two, sir.
moles. More
Almost
than 2
two.
moles.
The Kb value represents the elevation boiling point per every mole. Here you have dissolved 2 moles. So elevation boiling point will be roughly how much, sir? How much?
1.
1.04 degrees centigrade rise. 100 degrees centigrade is normal boiling point. You add 1. Answer is roughly 101. So no need of solving anything. Find the molecular weight from relative lowering of vapor pressure. P0 minus P by P0 will give me mole fraction. From mole fraction, find the molecular weight. Okay. See in 1000 grams of solvent, how much is dissolved. They gave 100 grams dissolved 6.5. So 1000 grams you will dissolve 65. In 65, how many molecular weights are there? 2 molecular weights are there. Then 2 into Kb value is the rise in boiling point. 2 into 0.52, nearly 1. It implies boiling point of water is equal to, of solution is equal to 100 plus 1. 1 not. So one idea is to note that whenever I dissolve 1 mole of any solute, if there is no dissociation or association, elevation in boiling point is 0.52. Kb value indicates elevation in boiling point per each mole, kg per mole. For each mole, 0.52 is elevation. For 2 moles, elevation is 0.52 into 2, that is nearly 1. Therefore, new boiling point is close to 101. Without going into much depth, you can get an idea. Are we clear, sir? Hello?
Yes.
Hello? This problem has 3 tricks. First trick, they did not give you what is the vapor pressure of pure water. You should use the idea that at boiling point, any liquid has a vapor pressure equal to 1 atmosphere or 760 mm. Second thing, from the vapor pressure of solution, I should apply a formula P0 minus Ps by P0 as mole fraction solute. Third thing, mole fraction of solute should be approximately equated to Raoult's law. Number of moles of solute by number of moles of solvent. From this, you can work out the molecular weight of solute. Once you know molecular weight of the solute, you can find the elevation in boiling point either using direct formula delta TB is equal to IKB into M, or you can use common sense. 100 grams contains 6.5, therefore 1000 grams will contain 65 grams. 65 grams of solute means roughly 2 moles. 2 moles means elevation in boiling point corresponds to 0.5. That is the elevation. So final boiling point is 100 plus delta T. So that is a big discussion. But I hope you understood. Have you understood, sir? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Sir, yes, sir.
Did I confuse you? Often teachers will confuse the students' nonsense. I am a teacher, I have that privilege. And always better get confused in the classroom, but never in exam. Sir, question number 64 appears to be lengthy, but if you practice it, it will be better. Which one is not equal to 0 for an ideal solution?
Delta S.
Obviously, we know that. Whenever a solution is made for ideal solution, B, C, D are 0 definitely. And delta S mixing cannot be 0. The mixture that forms minimum boiling azeotrope is?
32% water, 68%.
Yeah, that is water and nitric acid. Notice B is a positive deviation that shows least boiling point. And acetone carbon disulfide also negative deviation, a positive deviation means lower boiling point. D is an example for ideal solution. Okay. Answer is A. Question number 67.
Yes, sir.
So the vapor pressure of benzene is higher than the vapor pressure of toluene. Therefore, the vapors of benzene will be more than the vapors of toluene. It means in solution phase, benzene is less, and in vapor phase, benzene is more. Because whatever that has more tendency to become vapor will go into vapor state. Composition of solution is different from composition of vapor. So answer must be A.
Yes.
Sir, question number 68. The highest osmotic pressure is exhibited by that solution which gives more particles. Obviously, anti is the answer. Colligative property depends on number of particles of solute. A is offering more particles of solute because A is dissociating you more particles. So if you want to compare the osmotic pressures, any other colligative property, A is greater than that of B, B is greater than that of C, C is approximately equal to D. 69, sir. Vapor pressure of a solvent decreases by 10 mm of mercury when non-volatile solute is added. The mole fraction of solute in the solution is 0.2. What should be the mole fraction of solvent if the decrease in vapor pressure is to be 20 mm of mercury? Can you do it, sir?
Yes.
Yes.
You try to do it. If you can't do it, I will do it tomorrow. Do you know what is the problem? Continuously, I am taking classes. The charging is only 10% in my laptop. Are you not getting this kind of problem in your mobiles? Hello?
Yes, sir, sometimes.
What you are doing, how you are managing?
Sir, by plugging the charger in and using.
Okay. Anyway, sir, 69 question you want me means I will do it tomorrow because we have no time. 0.1 molar aqua solution of weak acid is 30% ionates. If Kf of the water is 1.86 degrees centigrade, the freezing point of the solution. Again, this question is out of portion. I don't know why they gave. Of course, the formula is to be used as delta T F is equal to IKF into M. I value is to be worked out from the dissociation. This we take up tomorrow. Go to the next question. A 0.002 molar aqua solution of an ionic compound freezes at this temperature. Number of moles of ions which 1 mole of ionic compound produce on being dissolved in water will be. Can you do it, sir?
Yes.
I don't know why this question they gave. We have not completed the chapter. I really don't know. Crazy people.
72 we can do.
Sir, we can do.
Yes, sir.
72 we can do.
Yeah, you have to work out the delta TF is equal to IKF into M. You have to work out the I value. From I value, you can infer. Delta TF is equal to IKF into M. KF is equal to 1.86 and M is equal to 0.002. Therefore, I value you can work out. What is I value, sir? Delta TB value is given as 0.00732. Okay, sir. Hello.
I equal to 2. Yes, sir.
delta
Yes, sir.
delta TB is equal to 0.00732 is equal to I into 1.86 into what? Molality, 0.002. Therefore, the Kf is equal to 0.00732 divided by 1.86 in the denominator 0.002. What is the answer you are getting? Hello?
Approximately 2.
Approximately?
2.
So that is the answer. Okay. So 72 question. 1 gram of non-volatile electrolyte was dissolved in 51.2 grams of benzene. If the freezing point depression of this much, the freezing point of benzene will be lowered by delta. Direct problem, no? Delta T is equal to
Yes.
IKB. What is the Wanda factor of aluminum sulfate? Aluminum sulfate means Al2SO4 taken thrice.
5.
So it is 5. How many grams of urea needed to prepare 1 molal, not moral, 1 molal solution 100 grams? 6. A pure liquid of 500 mm vapor pressure suffered from 50 mm vapor pressure drop, adding solute S. So how many moles of solvent? So mole fraction of the solvent component is how much? Can you work out? They asked for solvent, not for solute, stupid fellows. Hello?
Yes,
Mole
sir.
fraction of solute is equal to relative lowering of vapor pressure. That is, 50 by 500. 1 by 10 is the mole fraction of solute. So
Yes.
9 by 10 is the mole fraction of solvent. Answer is 0.9. Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Answer is 0.9. Okay? Ladies
Yes,
and
sir.
gentlemen, answer to 75 is 0.9. Answer to 74 is 6. Answer to 73 is 5. Answer to 72 is, I don't know, I have not solved, maybe 2, I don't know. Answer to question number 71 is 2. Is it 2? Hello?
Yes.
I did not do, but okay. Overall, the paper is okay, but I don't know. We need a bit better preparation. We will be revising it. Tomorrow we talk about 2 things. One is osmotic pressure, the other one is water factor. Then we do some more problems on solutions on Thursday. Then we will go to revision. Okay, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, slowly only we have to go, sir. If somebody dislikes, we start solutions again. I want you to really understand, we are not in a hurry. I don't want to cover the syllabus. Teachers should never cover the syllabus. They should uncover the syllabus so that you discover the concept. No hurry to cover the syllabus, please. Read the NCERT book. Try to do this problem once again. Ask me doubts. Thank you very much. Now the charge is only 2%. Now we have to close. Should I close the class, sir?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good time. I hope you enjoyed the class as usual.
Yes,
See you.
sir.
Thank you very much. I'll
Thank
try
you.
to
Thank
make
Bye,
a
sir.
YouTube video further. Ask me if you have doubts, please.
Sir,
Thank you.
from